People beat Blox fruits by spinning a fruit for every 100 levels, every island, every hour, every 2 hours. Some people even spin a fruit one time, and whatever they get, that's what they gotta use for the rest of the game. But I am only going to spin a fruit one time for every sea. I'll spin a fruit one time in the first sea, and I gotta use it until I get to the second sea. And then I'll spin a fruit in the second sea, and then I gotta use that fruit until I get to the third sea. And then I'll spin a fruit in the third sea, and then that's basically the fruit I'll use to get to max level. Now I can kinda see why this hasn't been done. Imagine doing this thinking you're gonna get a different fruit for every sea, and then you just end up getting a rocket fruit for all three. Like at that point, you might as well do it and you did and spin one fruit at the beginning of the game and use it until the end. But hey, I'ma take that risk. If I end up getting a rocket fruit for every sea, so be it. Or maybe nobody's done this just because it never occurred to their minds. That's also a possibility. Now I'm not high enough level to spin a fruit, and on top of that, I don't even got enough money. So what's the obvious choice? Yep, get another account to do it for me. Alright, whatever I get right now is what I'm stuck with for the rest of the first sea. Okay. I mean, obviously I wish I got something better, but at least we're not starting off with the default rocket fruit. Gotta be grateful when I can. Now let me put in the codes for the 2 times XP. Alright, got my 2 times XP, which means it's time for my first quest. Which means it's time to kill my first group of NPCs. Which means it's also time for my first new island. You know what, Spring Fruit? I really think we're gonna grow attached to each other. Especially if I spin you again in the second sea. Imagine that happens. It better not. Now it's time for a boss the Blox Fruits community is all too familiar with, the Gorilla King. Man, this dude thinks stuff's sweet. I'm finna show him otherwise. First boss down. Sure am thankful for boats being in this game. New island, new quest NPC. Pirates. Which are now dead. Who wants to be dead next? Brutes. Your wish is my command. The second boss arrives. And now the second boss is dead. Trading one island for another. Now luckily this island wasn't that far. I mean the pirate island we were just on is literally right there. So that definitely saved a lot of time for me. That's enough of that. Alright, time to move on. Lay down. Me and my spring fruit gonna have to get stronger together in this sea. Snow bandits? Down. Snowmen? Down. Yeti? AKA the third boss? Also down. Well, goodbye Snow Island. Does this island have a boss too or no? Yep, sure does. Nothing my spring cannon ability can't handle. And with my new spring leap ability, watch this, I think this should work. I can get straight to the boss. Yep, just like that. Fourth boss down. Yeah, y'all see how I got that flashed up? We finna be moving faster now. Yo, editing Zay, you think this flashed up gonna make me better? You're dead. You're up next. You're dead too. Now this prison we're going to, I remember this has a lot of bosses. Don't question how I got to that boat so fast. I don't know why it flung me out like that. That was definitely a glitch. And the last ability has been unlocked. My spring fruits finally reached its full potential. Good thing I unlocked all my spring abilities before fighting all these bosses, because now I'm definitely extra prepared. See? Like I said, extra prepared. Imagine if I spun a spring fruit again for the second sea and also the third sea. Wait, you know what? I'm not even gonna try to speak that into reality. On some out of sight, out of mind type stuff. Wrap that up. Alright, who's getting dropped off next? Gladiators? Bet. To Magma Village I go. Okay, who we stopping by first? Military soldiers? Trash. Military spies? Weak. Magma Admiral? Oh yeah, come on up. 8th boss down. Oh, and I got the Magma Blaster. What's the chance of this boss dropping this? Let me look this up real quick. Around 10%. Dang, so I got lucky. Getting a boss drop though is crazy. Dang, look at that stat build up. I need to utilize that. Beat up in your own home. That's crazy. And the same thing's about to happen to these Fishman Commandos. Same goes for you, whatever boss I'm about to fight. Fishman Lord, that's your name? Yeah, same goes for you. Alright, you ready? 9th boss down. Sometimes I gotta go back and look at old footage of me killing the bosses. Helps me not lose count. Up and over. Just like that. Time to break through the clouds. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, here's the cloud, and now we're gonna go through it. Now this area right here is the actual final part of the Sky Islands. After this, we're really not coming back. Let's continue. So the Whisper's trying to lose their life today too, huh? Alright then. On by me. Alright, time to move on. That'll do it. Alright, now let's continue the good work. Now who's next? Wait a minute, I know exactly who's next. It's the boss. AKA the Thunder God. AKA the boss that is now deceased. This is it, Spring Fruit. This could potentially be the last island we're working together on. I'm saying potentially because there is a chance I could spin it again in the second or third sea. As much as I'm hoping it doesn't happen, it's still possible to happen. I'm not trying to sound negative, I'm just being realistic. Remember when I said this? This is it, Spring Fruit. This could potentially be the last island we're working together on. I forgot that I'm not spinning off this fruit until I get to the second sea. So whatever island I spin a fruit on once I get to the second sea, that'll be me and the Spring Fruit's last island together. Not this one. But this will definitely be our last boss fight together. And just like that, looks like my time in the first sea is over. And looks like my time with the Spring Fruit is also over. Well, depending on what I spend in the second sea. But there's a special story boss I have to kill before I'm able to transport to the second sea. Okay, and now that the Ice Admiral's dead, I can be in the second sea. Alright. I know what time it is, you know what time it is. Nobody even has to say it. It's time to spin off the first sea fruit and finally get our second sea fruit. I know at the beginning of this I was hoping that I wouldn't get a rocket fruit, but now I'm hoping I don't get a spring fruit. Because we've had our time, we've had our fun. Alright, here goes nothing. Oh. You know what, Spring Fruit? I really think we're gonna grow attached to each other. Especially if I spin you again in the second sea. Imagine that happens. It better not. This is it, Spring Fruit. This could potentially be the last island we're working together on. I'm saying potentially because there is a chance I could spin it again in the second or third sea. As much as I'm hoping it doesn't happen, it's still possible to happen. So whatever island I spin a fruit on once I get to the second sea, that'll be me and the Spring Fruit's last island together. This This will definitely be our last boss fight together. Looks like my time in the first sea is over, and looks like my time with the spring fruit is also over. I know I'm just sitting here. I think I'm gonna stop recording right now, pause for a few minutes, and then come back, because it's better than just sitting here staring at the screen while my 2x XP timer continues to go down. Wait, I guess I can't leave yet, because I have to eat the fruit. I wonder what's gonna change. Huh, that's weird. I didn't notice anything. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a few minutes and then I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I saw I got a title or something, so I might as well go equip that. That way I'll at least get something new. Okay, I know it had the word hidden in it. Wait, let me just search it up. There it is. Yep, I got the title now. Alright, let's just go continue this game, I guess. You guys think this is funny, huh? Y'all just eating this up. But you know what hurt the most? The fact I thought I was about to get a quake fruit. Look back at the clip. Game just turned around and spit in my face. Oh, but now I got somebody to take my anger out on. Oh, I still don't feel better. You know who I bet does feel better though? The spring fruit, because it didn't even have to get put away, and it gets to live on. And I wish they would try to give me a spring fruit to get on the third sea. Oh, look at that. 2 enemies and we're off this island. Good, because it left a bad taste in my mouth. Not like a literal taste, but a metaphor. You get it. Oh, and this boss is finna get it too. What's their name? Jeremy? Yeah, you really finna get it. 13th boss down. My bad, I've realized I've been forgetting to keep count of the bosses I've killed. Yes, let's get off this island, please. It just gives off the bad energy of me grieving over getting another spring fruit. Down with the Marine Lieutenants. Coming up next are the Marine Captains. Down with y'all too. Oh, and Orbitus? You're also going down. As the 14th boss down. So far, I still haven't gotten a special boss drop ever since that one volcano dude. But something I have gotten is progress on these levels and islands. And that's some more progress. Now, let's get even more. And now that that's taken care of, we get into the snow. Level 1000. Like I said, progress is definitely being made. Just keep on walking them down. Alright, from one quest to another. And from one snow island to another. Okay, yes, this island has snow and lava on it, but there's still snow on it, is there not? It worked. Don't worry, Horned Warriors, you guys are included too. Everybody's included. I know the boss I'm about to fight is on the hot side, but wouldn't it make more sense for there to be one boss on this side and one boss on that side? Like one boss on each side? Whatever, that's just my opinion though. 15th boss down. And the next boss I kill will be the Sweet 16th. Straight out of here. Moving on. Lava Pirates. Well, that's the end of this island. And the beginning of a new one. Well, this isn't really an island, it's just a ship. I like how I just happened to be going into the ship when it was already nighttime. It just adds on to the atmosphere, you know? Too bad you weren't a match for me. Ship engineers. Maybe these guys will be. Of course they weren't. Ship stewards? I already know these guys won't be strong enough either. Just as I expected. Now who are we ending off the cursed ship with? Ship officers. Goodbye, cursed ship. Because there's more islands to come. And just like usual, that leads to there being more quests to come. Yeah, go ahead and slide on out of here. Because it's time to make room for new NPCs. Am I right, Snow Lurkers? Never mind, you're dead. I don't care anymore. The Ice Admiral boss. Now I know this dude has 2 different keys that have a small chance of dropping, so let's see if I'll get them. 16th boss down. And look at that, I got a rare key drop. Actually, let me go use it. I think it goes right here. Yep, it does. Wow, look at that. Literally pointless. Well, not completely pointless, because thanks to what I did, now we're on the last island of the second sea. You're pretty weak. More weaklings coming up. Which equals more weaklings dead. Which also equals the final boss of the second sea, Tidekeeper. Man, I remember this dude has that big annoying dragon that he fights with. Okay, usually there's a dragon that helps this dude. I mean, not a dragon, a sea beast. I forgot, my bad. But yeah, editing Zay. Play a clip of the sea beast that helps him. Maybe they just got rid of it or something. But I shouldn't even be worrying about that anymore. Because you see the level, we reached level 1500. Which means we triumphed the second sea. Just like we did with the first sea. The game can throw as many enemies to me as it wants. But they just can't hold me. Now you know there's some lore bosses I gotta kill before going to the third sea. Like Dawn Swan and Indra. Wow. Look at that. The third sea. We are definitely in the end game now. But you know what time it is, right? The final spin. Whatever I spin here is what I'm stuck with for the rest of the game. No going back. Now there's one thing that I don't want to get. You guys already know what it is. Alright. I'm gonna close my eyes now. I know my mouse is on the cursor. Now I'm gonna click it. Okay, I'm gonna open my eyes now. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's not a spring fruit. Thank you. Oh my god. And on top of that, I know the ice fruit allows you to walk on water. I will gladly eat this. There it is. After using the spring fruit ever since the first sea, it is now gone. And I'm not gonna lie, I forgot this fruit had in ones. That can be like a little cherry on top. Got a fruit that's a Logia, lets you walk on water, and it even in ones. I definitely think that's a good trade-off for spring. Fresh start with a new sea, fresh start with a new island, and especially fresh start with a new fruit. First quest completed with a nice fruit. So glad I didn't get a spring fruit again. That's why I stopped talking about it after the first island in the second sea. I didn't want to spend the whole time moping about how I got a spring fruit 2 seas in a row, and how I was hoping that I would get a different fruit in the third sea, just to jinx myself into getting a spring fruit for the third sea also. The first boss of the third sea. With this new fruit, it definitely won't be a problem. Here's some proof. I could just walk to my next island. But remember those lore bosses I had to kill before having access to the sea, like Dawn Swan and Rip Indra? Whenever I killed Dawn Swan, it has said I got a ship for that. So, oh. Wait, where is it? Is it on this one? That's what it is, the Guardian. Wait, I don't have the luxury game pass. Oh, okay, so I guess the game pass isn't needed for that boat. Is this one faster? Oh, it's way faster. Oh, I can work with this. Starting off the third sea with a new fruit that's a Logia, has an M1, lets me walk on water, and I got a new ship. Can it get much better than this? Keeping up the good work. Alright Dragon Crew archers, you ready? They in fact were not ready. Yeah, this place looks beautiful. They got all the leaves falling and stuff. All part of the plan. And whoever the new enemies are gonna be, come on through. You guys just can't take me, can you? Hydra leader? I don't care what you the leader of. You still catching these hands. Alright, I know I didn't physically attack them with my hands, but it's fine, okay? You still get the message. The Great Tree. And the water's in the way. Nice. You want to know something funny? This island has a boss called the Kilo Admiral, right? Like right there. It's based off the Kilo fruit, which is what the rocket fruit used to be. And obviously, rocket is the weakest fruit on the stalk because Kilo used to be the weakest fruit on the stalk. So it's kind of funny that a boss with a fruit that weak is in the 3rd sea. Like you'd expect them to be in the 1st sea, you know? Now Kilo Admiral, I promise I wasn't trying to disrespect you at all. I was really just speaking my mind. But what I'm about to do to you right now though? Yeah, this is finna be disrespectful. Sorry about that. Goodbye, Great Tree. Take care. Now we're on the Turtle Island. Which animal-based island do you guys like more? The floating turtle island that's based on turtles, or the Hydra island that's based on dragons? Wanted to kill me so badly but ended up dead trying. Once I finish this video, I'll pay respect to your graves. These enemies just keep getting stronger and stronger, more and more passionate about my death. But guess what? I don't care. Dropping them like flies. Mythological pirates. Man, watch me turn y'all into an example. Captain Elephant. More like the 21st boss down. And yes, I've been forgetting to count the bosses I've been killing. Leave me alone. Last quest NPC of this island. And then we're kissing this place goodbye. Running down enemies like usual. Who trying to go against me and my ice fruit next? Musketeer pirates? Well, at least you tried. The beautiful pirate, huh? You sure ain't gonna be beautiful when I'm done with you. That was too far. I'm sorry. Maybe the fact that I'm heading to Haunted Castle while it's daytime means it won't be so bad. Who trying to fight me first? Skeletons? Alright, alright. You'd think since they're skeletons I can't kill them because they're already dead, but I sure found a way. Okay, zombies. Let's see what you're made of. Another loss for the enemies. Well, look at that. My level just happens to be the current year it is. Game over for you. Now, on to a new quest. New title unlocked. Skeleton. You know the drill. Let's switch up these islands again. Well, look at that. A new person that wants us to kill some enemies. You failed. And now we're progressing to the Peanut Presidents. And look at that. The fight ended in my favor. Thanks to the ice fruit, I can just walk on over here. Alright, time to start killing these people on the Cake Island. Not good enough. Onward. Look at him. Can't even reach me. Cake Queen, huh? Finna be the Dead Queen, that's what you're about to be. See? No laws were told. Next area. 110 million XP. Dang, we've come so far. Still standing. Now I gotta just keep it moving. Another quest giver's task completed. Alright, now let's proceed to the next quest giver. Get folded. Head bakers? Come on up. Take that ice to the face. I be forgetting that the people who give me quests to kill the enemies actually have names themselves. I just never care to read it. So let's see what this dude's name is. Chocolate Quest Giver. See, that's exactly why I don't read it. I don't care for it. Imagine if I actually ended up getting the rocket fruit for every sea. That would have been crazy, bro. I don't know what I would have done. The same thing almost happened with the spring fruit, but I lucked out on this sea and got a different fruit. I'm still grateful that I didn't end up getting a spring fruit for 3 seas in a row. I win. Now, time for the Candy Rebels. 2,400. Now, when I started playing Blox fruits for the first time, this was the max level. Alright, Mr. Red Hat, what you got? Candy Pirates. You lose. Now this dude wants me to beat up the snow demons. New quest available. Open compass menu to find the next island. Will do. Gladly. And that is my last time driving a boat to an island. Imagine if I got nothing but legendaries and mythicals for all 3 of the seas. I don't think people would have believed that one. There used to be a time when the ice fruit didn't even have an M1. That was until they made an update that gave it to a lot of fruits. But now we're in a time where I can use the ice fruit like this. What more warriors are waiting for me? Oh, not a warrior, a champion. Okay. Champion for nothing. If those previous enemies were warriors and champions, then who are these guys? Hunters and slayers. Oh, okay. That's kind of ironic how the hunters got hunted, and now the slayers are about to get slayed. Now I should be ready for the last world, but this guy won't let me go until I kill a specific lore boss. This is that boss. I'm dead. No. I mean, I got the kill, but he died when I was on my way back. Well, whatever. You guys know he's dead. Thank you, random people in this random server, for helping me. You can tell I had to get serious. Got a fighting style and equipped a gear. Now let me take this gear off. But yeah, we can go in the last world now. Here it is, where it all ends. This is it, the beginning of the end. And we're starting it off with the Reef Bandits. More like the Trash Bandits. 1 quest down. Can we get another quest down? 2 quests down. Can we get another one down? 3 quests down. Can we get another? No, I'm just kidding. Look at this. These NPCs up here that I was fighting, the Ocean Prophets, you fight them when you reach level 2675, right? And then 25 levels later it gives you a new quest. When that happened, and I reached level 2700, it told me to go over here. These guys also have a level 2675 requirement. They both have the same level requirement. I'm assuming that's not a glitch and the devs just did it like that for some reason. But yeah, I could have just skipped these guys and went straight to the last enemies. I'm glad I didn't skip them though, because now I still fought all the story NPCs in the game. Alright, this is it. Once I do my Ice Spears attack, there's no going back. Okay, here we go. I mean, it was kind of ruined because I lagged a little bit there, but level 2800. But now, it has the word max in parentheses. No more progression. No more of the compass glowing red telling me there's a new island to go to. No more enemies for me to kill and progress my level. And no more new seas for me to go to and get a new fruit. It's all over. There's one good view I gotta get to finish this. Oh, look at that. A fruit spawned. Is it an ice fruit? No way. Just when you think this can't get any more symbolic. That's how you know I didn't plan this or anything, because I literally just got a new title. I'm assuming that happens when you pick up a fruit spawn for the first time. Even though I could eat it and it wouldn't change anything, I'm not in a new sea, so I feel like it wouldn't be right, I don't know. But bro, I literally didn't plan that. Yeah, this is a good view to end off on. Ooh, with the rain too? You know what? Let me put this right here. New title unlocked, Kind-Hearted. I don't know why it's giving me that. I don't know what I did. Maybe it's because I dropped the fruit. Oh, it probably thought I was dropping it to give it to somebody else. Nope, I'm in the server by myself. This is a private server. A private server that I earned this victory in.